folks, welcome back to another episode of CNM. I'm Chris and this is Mike. E3 just happened, so we just got a lot of exciting news in the video game world. It's kind of like my second favorite time of year other than Christmas, and around that time of year when everything in E3 kind of comes out, we actually do enjoy it. Big new releases, Xbox One, which we have here today. I got you an Xbox One, Mike. There you are.
Really? Oh, that's so awesome. This is so...
It may be mistaken as a piece of crap VCR, but that's essentially what the Xbox One is going to be. And I like that aspect of it, but I think they're focused on a lot of different things at once with the Xbox, and I feel like maybe it's going to be, corners going to be cut, and it's not going to be as high quality of a product as you may get.
Wow. I didn't know I needed an Xbox One to watch TV and play video games and switch between the two. I didn't know I needed that. Really? I need an Xbox just to do that? They don't have switches, they don't have receivers, they don't have amplifiers, they don't have TVs with inputs on them. Okay, so that's one thing. But don't get me started on the Xbone, the Next Box, the Xbox Done, the Xbox owned Xbone versus PS4. Okay, I never played computer games. Okay, because the game was either never compatible, or I didn't have the hardware, or my computer was too slow, too old, too new, I didn't have the controller, and even when I did have a joystick, it wouldn't install or do what it was supposed to control. That's why I love the game console and the PS, the PlayStation. Okay, so
PC's always been more advanced in terms of display and those kinds of things.
I can never get them to work.
No, I've always been the same way, and maybe it's just because I haven't put the money into buying the proper gaming PC.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some stuff out there.
But for the price that I would pay for that gaming PC, I could have 3 or 4 PS3s.
There's some stuff out there that is out there for people with way too much money who don't know what to do with it. Okay, I'm getting turned on now though with the advent of the new PlayStation Eye camera coming out with the PlayStation 4 sometime this Christmas 2013, this holiday season. I am getting turned on now to the idea of 3D everything. And if I get that, I'm going to go all in on the 3D. I mean, I know we're 10 years off from 3D no glasses. We're 10 years off from, that kind of thing. But, I mean, I'd probably go passive as far as active because just cheaper glasses. And if I'm having 20 people over, I want everybody to see in 3D with good glasses you get at the movie theater. I mean, 3D games, 3D movies, 3D television, 3D live television, 3D sporting events. And I'm going to go run and get that Nintendo 3DS XL 3Di with the Wi-Fi and the big screen and the 3D cameras on that, 3D camcorder, 3D snapshot camera. If they have any more 3D phones, and then the 3D camera on the PS4 will, according to their press release, PS4 eye camera will be able to take 3D pictures because even though each camera is not as good as the Xbox Kinect camera, there are two of them, and they get up to 30 frames per second, and they're HD cameras, and they can monitor like 186 degrees of the room, and you're going to do 3D video conferencing, who knows? And another thing, if I wanted TV on my Xbox-owned game console, why not have my computer on it? There are computers that can do the same exact thing. Right now, consoles are completely different. They're animals than computers. It's just a fact. I always tended to feel like Microsoft should have stuck to what they knew, or perhaps barely knew, in the first place, or they never knew, which is stupid computers and software. Ha! You know that from previous episodes that I hate Microsoft, or I hate computers for the most part, PCs, primarily because of Bill Gates. I think I told you before. Just speaking of the PlayStation that you can use a keyboard with, I'm looking for a good wireless, Bluetooth, backlit, portable keyboard, and a combo rechargeable wireless Bluetooth presenter laser mouse. I'm holding out for one because I want to free up the USB ports. Some things won't even have USB ports, but free up the USB ports on the PlayStation. Speaking of PlayStation 3, I just realized how many free playable demos are available to download from the PlayStation Store. I went crazy and got like 35 of them the other night. Some of them are still downloading, and also, have you heard of Crackle?
Which one?
Crackle. Apparently, you can watch Last Action Hero for free, in addition to other movies and TV shows, but you just can't rewind, you can't fast forward, you can't stop, you can't pause. They're also in standard definition, or SD, or C, crappy definition. And I probably got like 100 gigabytes worth of downloads, but like only 2 or 3 of them are worth playing for maybe 5 minutes. that's the way it is. I mean, but Sony knows what they're doing, definitely. I mean, I mean, they need an app for the PlayStation, PS3, PS4. I mean, I don't mind, paying. I mean, if I need online gaming, I'll just play PlayStation 3 because it's free multiplayer online gaming. PlayStation Plus. Less than $5 a month competes with Xbox Live, and it's even better. You're not going to have my host migration. You're not going to have host connection lost. You're not going to have to wait for a game. I mean,
and you're getting
updates.
A lot of free games.
That's right.
And they change them every several months. What the free games are going to be, and a lot of discounts too on games. I mean, sure, some of it's stuff that's not brand spanking new, but they are going to have Drive Club, if I'm correct.
That's the multiplayer online open world.
No, that was the Crew.
Oh,
the Crew.
Drive Club, yeah. That's
Drive Club. They're going to have a. It's not going to be I don't know that it's going to be the full game, but it's going to be pretty close to it for free day one. And a lot of the other indie games.
Yeah.
I think finally Xbox Live is, several years later trying to get back to that.
It's just a no-brainer to me, and even PS3 versus Xbox 360 was a no-brainer. I mean, the
Blu-ray drive alone.
Yeah, it's $100 value right there, and even if regardless of who's selling it at a loss, but I'm just saying that PS2 had the DVD player, PS3 has the Blu-ray drive. Xbox Live is finally good. People say, what Sony did was only reactionary to what Xbox was doing. I mean, with their PlayStation Eye, I'm going to oppose, but PlayStation was already in that game in PlayStation 2. They called it the Eye toy. And speaking of the controllers, I mean, I like that they revamped the controller. I mean, it's more advanced. It's going to be heavier. It's going to be. I mean, it's going to have Bluetooth. It's going to have micro USB, advanced Bluetooth. And on the other hand, you did not have a rechargeable battery pack on the Xbox. You also had less advanced.
You could have bought a pack.
Yeah, you had less advanced Wi-Fi, but the Bluetooth latency is probably reduced. Through these new controls. I mean, they redesigned, they listened to developers. I mean, you got a touchpad on that, you got a share button. And the other day I wanted to share something. I was playing Spartacus, the demo I got. It's a gladiator movie, and you finish him, you thumbs down, and you get to, you're executing. You're like a gladiator in the Coliseum. And so I wouldn't have minded a share button just to record.
Yeah, that's a really neat thing. I mean, I know multiple times I'm like, oh man, I just did this in the game, and
I mean,
having to be able to send that to anybody is going to be really neat. There's only a few people I'm friends with, but to be able to actually say something to them like, no, you didn't actually do it.
Now
here's how I actually pulled that off.
Yeah, and they played. I played Wheel of Fortune, and that was a computer game I had a long time ago on Compaq Presario, and now Compaq is owned by HP. But the thing about that is, I got the free demo for Wheel of Fortune, but they replay the words after a while on the demo, so you're gonna get the same words all over again, and you're gonna know the words. And you know what? I mean, it's just absolutely worth it, I think. And the pacing is just right. I'm ready to. I mean, if I want online gaming on the PS4, I'm ready to pay for it because for $100 less, for $400 instead of $500 as opposed to the Xbox One, you could. That's a year's worth of your PlayStation Plus, and all the money you save not having to pay for it already is money you can spend on the PlayStation Eye if you have to buy it separately. So I mean, Xbox would I'm not saying I will, but I've heard the Xbox is trying to future-proof their console or making it able to last 10 or 20 years, but that's silly because they all engineer obsolescence. They build in obsolescence to make it obsolete. Or else, why in the heck would we ever buy a new one? I know. I mean, it's just sort of, and I think Bill Gates, he knows he does not deserve any and all of that money, and that's why you see him giving it all away through charity and foundations. Just because he's good at marketing, but the technology was not the best. I mean, it's just not the best. And so, with all those apps, I mean, you've got eBay, Amazon selling, Voodoo, Epix, Cinema Now, Amazon. I mean, you can get these apps on your Apple. I mean, so you don't need a Kindle, you don't need a Nook. I mean, but you can have Barnes & Noble Membership Club, Ultraviolet, Digital Copy, Music Unlimited, PlayStation service, Hulu Plus. Why would you pay for Hulu Plus so you can get it for free? I mean, they did a good job at this marketing Hulu in the first place because they offered it for free. Hulu's free, but then by the time everybody knew about it, they started charging for Hulu Plus. And then Netflix. I like Blockbuster at home. It's just the way because we have dishes on
around at this point.
And
they're
Pandora, Spotify. When does iTunes become better or worse deal? Paying $1 for your individual song or a monthly subscription? I mean, we're going to do this in a later segment, but add up all it would cost, all it would take to, afford all these services that if you want to live the way you know, like no one else.
We're told
so
you should.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, I just I think we can leave it there, but unless there's something.
PS4, that's where it's going to be. A lot of good stuff coming out. Thank you.
See you next time.